Oh my God. Here we go. 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 All right. So, this is going to be a video about, I'm going to say, my most memorable character list for The Sopranos. And this tier list seems to have about what, 90 something characters. So, I've watched The Sopranos many times. And we're gonna start coordinating which characters were memorable and which characters were not. So put the PB&J, warm it up, take a bite, sit back, and we're gonna do this, all right? You, me, we, they, everybody, it, the horse in the background, brr, whatever. Just make sure you take out the dog to poo poo le pee pee right now because we gotta get this done quickly. All right. So we have S as amazing character, A as great characters, B as pretty good characters, C as you're alright, D as meh, eh, E as I don't really like you, and F as I hate this character. Okay, let's start. So first, okay, look. So it seems like they kind of already put it in a weird order. I don't like it. Obviously, Tony Soprano. They put it as number one, and I don't like this. It doesn't seem as mixed up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start from the bottom. Okay. So first, I forget her name, but she was Tony's Guma. You remember? And this one seems to be his main Guma. Uh, I think she's the most memorable Guma too, because he talked to her, when he was happy, he talked to her when he was sad. She had that whole thing where she was effing. Who was she effing? She was effing. It was either this guy or it was an undercover cop, if I'm not mistaken. Is he even over here? Let me see. Come on, guys. You guys can probably do this a little better than me. Was it this guy? I can't even remember. I think it was him, though. But anyways, he got mad because she was effing somebody else, blah, blah, blah. And she was the cousin of the woman with one leg. So I'm going to go with her being, let's see, pretty good. We'll do, we'll do pretty good. I think she had a good character because she started out as just a guma. She didn't consider herself a prostitute. You remember, she was like, I'm not a prostitute, blah, blah, blah. So I think she thought a little highly of herself, even though she was a prostitute. Come on, let's not get it crooked here. All right, let's see. Ooh, Hesh, the wise one, the one who always gave advice, to Tony, but the one who always needed to collect. He needed to collect that money, and you know it. So let's see. Hey, what? Why you over there? Oh my God, all up in my business. God damn, man! Like, hey, everybody, let's go. Come on. Right. So look. Okay, look. So, Hesh. Where can he go? Hesh, I think he was just. He was all right. Yeah, in my opinion, honestly, he didn't really shine as much as her. I think they had similar screen time, but that episode about what he bought the rights to a black artist, black something like that, and he just seemed to pop in and there. And you're like, man, okay, yeah, he didn't really stand out. And it wasn't like he was acting with a whole bunch of emotion and stuff. That was okay. Oh, we got this guy. Was he Carmine? Nah, I don't remember. But hey, I'm gonna say, meh. I don't hate him and I don't not like him. He was just meh, forgettable. Oh, this was I forget the name, but he worked for Junior, and he's the one who got stapled. Do you remember? Um, but but I thought he was memorable, especially when he killed he killed that kid in the tub. Remember, it was Christopher's friend. So it was okay. I'm gonna put him as B. He was fine. Yeah, the scenes that he was in when he got shot. Do you remember that? Thing is one of the first scenes we got a guy dying from multiple shots. I like that stapler scene, and when he shot that guy in the tub, that was crazy. I thought he was cool. God dang it. I can't even remember this guy. Meh. I don't know who he is. You know what? Can I type? Yeah. So what we're gonna do is who even are you? That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Boom, boom, and we're gonna go with meh like that. Okay. And then here, not about hate. It's not about how. It's just about why. Why were you even in the story? This guy, I'll say this guy's a why. Why? I don't even remember. Did he make a good impact on the show? Because I'm trying to remember, and I don't remember. You tell me. All right. Now what do we got? Dang it. Oh my God. That was his friend. Al? Hold on. I'm blanking out right here. Let me do a quick Google. Tony's former boss who died from cancer. Something. Come on. Jackie April Sr. Oh, how can I forget? You know what? He showed up only a couple episodes. I can't remember how many episodes. But I think he was a okay character. Um, the one or two sit downs we saw him like setting things straight. Then he with the stripper scene, and then him dying, forgetting everything that he used to do, and only caring about smaller stuff. I think he was okay. So we're gonna go with you're all right. I don't think he shined. He didn't have that many episodes, and the ones that he did, they were okay. So I'm gonna go with you're all right. I can't remember her name, but she's Meadows' friend, and we see her very early on, maybe episode 1. Maybe she was studying on a bed with Meadow, and towards the very end of the season. So you see how she's grown up right here? She's also grown up right here. Fun fact, she is the creator's daughter. David Chase, that's his daughter. So, for me, she was just there, here and there, to provide some type of friendship to Meadow. So, you know what? She was a meh. Could we have lived without her? Probably. Um, I think she was also in the episode. It might have been one. I can't remember, where she got those drugs from Christopher, and she was sweating while she's singing in the choir with Meadow. So, but still, oh, I can't remember his name, but he's the guy who always got beat up by Tony. The Sopranos is a show that it was pretty funny at times, and he was the butt of the joke a lot of the time. So he was enjoyable to watch. Every time you saw him, he was acting goofy, and you knew something was gonna happen to him. So I'm gonna go with C. You're all right, because he was all right. He didn't shine or anything. He was the butt of the joke. So I thought he was okay. The priest. Oh God. You know what? I hated the priest. I didn't really like his role within the show, honestly. Kind of like teetering, moving within the line of he likes um holy smokes. Holy smokes. Hold on, give me a sec. Uh, God dang. How did I even forget Carmela? Damn, I can't believe I blanked on her name. Carmela. But still, that little semi-romantical thing they had going on. Can you guys tell me how that benefited the story? They really never did anything. And he was just there to mope and have her mope too. So honestly, I'm gonna put him as why? Why the hell was he in that story, man? He didn't need to be there. I can't recall who the hell that is. Maybe an FBI guy? For me, who even are you? I don't know who you are. You might when I put him in the who even are you? I think they had some type of meaning within the show, but I just can't remember. They're immemorable. I don't remember them. I don't remember them at all. At all. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, that's the guy. That's Christopher's friend who got shot up. So that was a pretty memorable scene. And you remember when Meadow and her friend came to buy the drug? He was like, he says something like, "Oh, I got something for you." No, I don't know. It was I thought it was funny. So, and that scene where he got shot was good. So we're gonna put him at. You're all right. He was okay. Oh, of course. You guys remember this guy? Correct me if I'm wrong, but during the start of the show, he was the guy who got run over by Tony. Um, he got run over, and he said something about his leg, and he's like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's workers' comp. You got injured on a job." But anyways, for the first episode, guys, I think he was memorable, and that would make him as you're all right because he is memorable. One episode, and it kind of showed you how crazy Tony was and how far he's willing to go for some money. Money. All right. So this is the officer, the crooked cop that always helped Tony out, and the guy who told, was it? I can't remember, man. Hold on, give me a sec. I got a list over here. Hold on. Dang it. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm blanking out right now. Anyways, I get this guy confused with this guy. So you know what? I know both of the times that they were on the screen were okay. And I think one of them killed themselves. I think it was him. So I'm gonna put him as you're all right. Both of them. Because I do remember them both. I do remember a couple of the scenes they were in. But I just can't really recall the storyline or their names or anything. Like, I can't remember any of these guys. Their names, at least. Other than Jackie, which I have to look up right now. But you know what? They were all right. Oh, this is the guy who was trying to get Tony to snitch, part of his crew, that he got a wire and he was asking Tony about stuff in the basement, But for me, other than having Tony think that Puss wasn't a snitch and it was him, it was okay. He didn't stand out. He wasn't really that special. So, holy smokes. I don't remember who the hell that is. Could be a neighbor, but for me, why? No, I don't know. Who are you? No, why? I don't know. If you were important a little bit, I would remember that. Carmela's father? Did Carmela's father or mother provide anything useful for the story? I don't think so. So we're going to go with why. I think this is Tony's lawyer, which I think he was in a couple scenes. He was either with Tony's lawyer or Junior, or he could have done both of them. But I do remember recalling him a couple times about Junior's case, about Tony when he threw the gun and the kid found it. It was okay. It was okay. Someone put, you all right. Okay. This is the cop that I think Tony said, hey, you're working with the FBI, but you sold yourself out or something. I don't know. But he took offense to it. But still, I don't think his scene was that important. And it wasn't really that memorable. I don't think he pushed the story at all. So I'm going to go with why. Oh. Okay. So, this officer, I can't remember his name, but this officer was there at the very beginning to the very end. He seemed to like the fact that he was chasing the mob, He seemed to like that. He seemed to like that he might have been part of something, something like, oh, I'm gonna catch the mob, ooh, let's see what's going on around here, I'm Italian and I'm gonna kick Italian butt. But he was there from the beginning of the story to the end, and I really enjoyed at the end that he felt some type of pride, like, hey, Jersey, we gonna win, my mob guys are gonna win, because, he helped Tony, like, twice. You guys remember that, right? Twice. Like, telling him there's, like, heat. Tony has some heat around him, be careful, things like that, blah, blah, blah. And he wasn't supposed to do that. And he wanted the Jersey crew to win against New York. So I do think he was memorable. And I think he plays role very well. So we're going to go with pretty good characters. Damn, nobody here yet. Holy smokes. Can barely remember him. We're gonna go with, man, you know what? Who even are? I really can't remember him. You know what? We're going with why. Maybe you guys can help me later on, but why? Can't remember this guy at all. Let me see. Like, I'm looking at IMDb and, like, the main cast. If I can't pick you up quickly, if I can't pick who the hell this guy is quickly, then I'm sorry. You weren't that memorable. So yeah, he ain't even popping up. I'm gonna go like, who are you? I can barely remember this guy. Oh, the Soprano, the other sister. She only showed up in, like, what, 2 or 3 episodes? But you know what? She only showed up on 2 or 3 episodes, but she showed you that even though you were a soprano, it didn't mean you were gonna be crazy. It didn't mean like you were gonna end up like Tony or Janice or his mom. Just because you were a soprano doesn't mean you're gonna go bad. And she proved that. So she told the audience that just because we come from our mother and father doesn't mean that's how we were gonna end up. So I'm gonna put her as pretty good character. I think he was the cop that was hustling Puss, getting his information, squeezing as much information as he could from Puss. But he was really, he didn't really shine in this role. He was okay. So we're gonna put it with meh. Just meh. This guy, I think he might have been part of Christopher's crew. I can't even remember. I'm sorry. I don't remember anything from this guy. So, who are you? This guy, right? Oh, could I have gotten confused? Was he the lawyer or was he the lawyer? I can't remember. So, because I can't remember, I'm gonna put who are you? Dude, the guy from the Bronx Tale. So he was part of Christopher's crew. Wait. Mm, was he? I can't remember. But I do think he was with Jackie. And he was trying to get in the cahoots with Richie Aprile. So I do remember his scene where he got killed. And he's like, Tony's like, you thirsty? He's like, yeah, I'll take a drink. I'll be the last drink you've ever had. Bam! Memorable scene. I think he did that crying scene. Oh, please, Tony, no, please. Bam! I think he did it well. And he's a great actor. You guys know. You guys watch The Bronx Tale? Great actor. Unfortunately, he got, something. He did something bad as an adult. But he's recovered. He does a lot of motivational speaking. At the end of the day, the small scene he had, the very little screen time he had, he did it well. So, we're going to go with pretty good character. No idea who that is. That could be Carmela's mother for all I know. But I'm going to go with who the hell are you? I think it was part of Tony's crew. I'm really trying to think of a scene of his or why he was memorable. You guys tell me. You guys tell me if he was actually memorable or not. So for me, he wasn't. So I'm going to put who are you? Who are you? This guy here. Don't know him either. Why? I can't put that face to anywhere. Why? So, this guy was a friend of Tony from his, childhood-ish. And he got caught gambling. He's like, please, I want to gamble with Tony. I want to gamble with your crew. I got money, trust me. He lost. He couldn't pay Tony back. So Tony was using his business as like a money scheme plot or something like that. Was selling all of his inventory. Might have been stealing it too. He was going broke. Tony was squeezing the hell out of this guy. But I think he was in a couple episodes and he did a good job. He's very memorable. So I'm going to put him at pretty good characters. Was he Beansy? Something like that? But he's the guy who got beat up by Richie Aprile when he got out of prison because he didn't want to give him his money. So the couple of scenes he was in, he did a good job. And he stood up against Richie. That was nice to see because you really didn't see that. He said something about Richie. Things have changed. It's not like them old days. Blah, and bam, he got hit. I can't remember what he got hit with, but he got messed up. Then he got ran over, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna go with pretty good character. I like that character. Oh, we got the one-legged girl. I can't remember her name. Let me see if I can find her here real quick. She played Svetlana or something. Svetlana. I can't even read that. Svetlana. But anyways, I thought her character was great. She was one of the few people that took advantage of Tony, and she did it purposely, and she was always kind of the alpha. When there was a scene with her and Tony, she was the alpha. Can you guys tell me who else did that with Tony? I'm really trying to remember that. Even Carmela. She had her moments, but for the majority of the show, even Carmela was beta against Tony. But what, Lana, she was always alpha. She's like, I'm choosing to do whatever I want to do with you. I'm the queen in this world. He was always secondary, and he loved that. So I think she was a great character, extremely memorable. Remember, she sent her hoodlums to beat up or find Janice because Janice stole her leg, and his mom, Tony's mom, gave her record collection. And tell me if I'm wrong, guys, but you remember there was some money that was stashed and nobody could find from Tony's mom. You guys tell me right now because I'm pretty sure that was it. But what I think happened was Tony's mom hid all that money in all of those records because Janice looked everywhere in that house and she could never find Livia's money. But I'm 100% sure it was in those records, because otherwise, why would she care? Because she didn't check anything. She checked everything. She just never got a chance to check the records. So, great character. Moved the story a lot. And wasn't involved. There was a couple of main characters as well. That Tony, Janice, Livia, and maybe a little bit with Carmela. I can't recall too much. But in my opinion, she is S tier. She owned every scene she was in. It showed you that not everyone's going to be a pushover against Tony, no matter how much money, no matter how big he is, no matter what type of business he's in. She was the big honcho in the scenes with him. Oh, we got Meadow's boyfriend. Honestly, it just showed his involvement within the story. Just showed that Meadow has emotions. I don't know. She was in multiple relationships, and it kind of showed a little bit more of like the racism within Tony's, mindset. We weren't. I know he's pro-Italian. Says some comments here and there, but when they introduced this kid, it showed you that Tony, he's a bit racist. So that's the only thing he really ended up pushing. So I'm gonna put him as meh. He was meh. Come on, he didn't really do much. I don't remember who the hell that is. So I'm gonna put S2. Who even are you? I don't know who this is either. I'm gonna go with who even are you? That wasn't Livia Young, right? Sopranos, Olivia Young. I don't think so, was it? You guys can probably show me or correct me there, but no, I don't remember. Honestly, I don't know who the hell that is. So I'm gonna put Wiz. I'm gonna go with who even are you for real? All right. So next we have Jackie Aprile Jr. So this was the bad boy that Meadow liked, you know? He liked Meadow too. I thought he was a real stand-up kid. Remember when Meadow was like drunk or sick or something, and we all thought maybe there was a possibility that he was gonna rape her, but no, he did not rape her. And you remember when Meadow got in a car accident, he went in right in there to rescue her. I thought great character. Every time he was in, he was a cool kid on the block. I think he did a good job. So I'm gonna go and put him with pretty good character. Oh, just like this guy, the kid, and her. It's a pretty young cast that did a good job. No idea who this guy is. No idea who this guy is. The pizza shop, something, I don't know. This was the suicidal friend of Meadow. Did she push the plot of the story in any way? Did she contribute? I don't think so. So why? Why was she even in there? No idea who that is. Ah, I can barely remember this woman. Was she sleeping with somebody? Paulie? I don't remember. I'm gonna put it. Who even are you? Who the hell are you? A little girl? Who the heck is this? I don't know who the hell you are. Oh, Paulie's mom. Guys, guys, tell me that she wasn't funny. Tell me that she wasn't good in her scenes every time she was on the big screen right there. She cried. Like, oh no, why you treating me bad, Paulie? You know she did a good job. So, I don't know about y'all, but it kind of relates to your own granny, you know? And when Paulie treated her bad and he was sad. And then Paulie, had a change of heart because he thought he was going to die of cancer. And what's the point of life? And he went right back to his mommy, sat down on the couch, and just watched TV together. Good character. Really good character. So I'm going to go with, oh, I'm going to go with, a great character. You want to know why? I feel that she showed a side of Paulie that we rarely ever got to see. And without her, we would have never seen that. Because what do we see with Paulie? That he's scheming, that he has to do what he has to do to survive or to get on the side of whatever team is winning. Like he don't give a damn about anything but himself. And after he found out about the lie that she wasn't his real mother, blah blah blah, he got mad at her, blah blah blah. He went into that mindset of just me. Everybody is nothing except for me. But no, she reeled him back in. You could see that he just wanted to be hugged, that he just wanted some actual love. Because the love he gets and the love he gives outside of that is fake. So I think she grounds him. And she gives you the idea that no matter how evil some of these mobsters are, in some way to somebody, they're a sweet teddy bear. They're extremely vulnerable. So that's why I'm gonna give her as great character, because she also had some funny scenes as well. Remember when she complained, "Oh, they're not inviting me to eat with them," blah blah blah, or something about she cries too much. But she was great. No idea who you are. Boom. Oh snap! So this is Gloria Trillo, right? Let me see. Let me see. Before I hope she's not no other woman. Who the hell is that? Okay, the Gloria. I think the scenes she was in were awesome. She's, I think, other than her, where she called Carmela and she got Tony in trouble a little bit. Remember that? But Tony put her right back in her place. But this lady was crazy. I think she shined every time she was on the big screen right there. She brought that emotion. You remember when she picked that steak that she cooked. You know, she was mad at Tony. She picked it up and she flung it at Tony, and Tony went right to her, and they fought. And then the scene with Patsy telling her at the very end, "I'll be the last face you're gonna see, and it won't be romantic or something like that. Or it won't be Tony's, you know." But I think she brought the anger, she brought the cuckoo, she brought the emotions out of Tony. She did a good job. I think they picked the right crazy lady to act this role, and her scenes were memorable. So I'm gonna go with A. Great characters, and the whole scene was her, um, getting on Carmela, giving her a ride, blah blah. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? She was crazy, and I swear Tony was gonna kill her, but no, he still liked her that much. And I'm sorry, but her killing herself threw me off guard. I did not think that was gonna happen. I did not think that at all. So good on her for that. Oh, this right here. This lady is Ginny Sack. Okay. So Ginny was the wife of I think he was, I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't know if he was the wife of this guy right here, Johnny Sack. So I don't really remember that many scenes. Maybe there was a scene where his daughter got married, but the scene where they caught Paulie telling the Jersey crew that that she had a 90-pound mole stuck on her back, and I think they're talking about her butt. But that episode was funny. Like everybody flipped the hell out. Okay, and it showed you that, look, at first we saw that Johnny was composed. He was a man of honor by the book, smart. But when she got involved and they made that joke about her, he flipped. He was no longer in control. He was no longer thinking straight. He just wanted revenge. But look, I think she was funny. She added to the story a little bit. The little bit of time she, what, two, three episodes? Every time she was on the screen, it was funny. So I'm just gonna put C. She was okay. She was all right. This is the officer that got Adriana by being undercover with her. She was okay. I don't think she had amazing acting. I don't think she outshined anybody or was very memorable. She did her job as the actor of just being a just doing her job type of character. So I'm gonna put her as eh, mm, yeah, I don't even know who the hell this is. So I'm gonna go with who even are you? Damn it. Damn it. Was this the kid who was this? I can't remember whose kid this was. I think this could have been mm, damn it. This was either Puss or dang it. I can't remember y'all. Y'all are gonna have to refresh my mind. Okay, it was either Puss or Vito's son. I don't remember. I'm just gonna go with meh. Cause I thought I think he had a couple scenes where no. I don't I'm gonna go with why. I don't think he was too important. This is the landscaper. Got beat up a couple times. Did it add to the story? Not really. Did he do a great job acting? I don't think it really had to be there. So I'm gonna go with why. Why were you even there? Same thing with her. Why? No, wait. Who? I don't know who the hell that woman is. This is Metal's boyfriend. He was involved with Vito, seeing Vito give a little boom boom chicka boom boom chicka boom 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 chaka. Um, every scene he had, I think, was a decent scene. He got into that fight with Metal towards the end. About him trying to pursue his career, I believe. There also this scene where she was dancing all nice, and he was in the bed and she was dancing for him. But anyways, I think he played his role well. I think he's memorable. So I'm gonna put him as you're all right. This is the guy. I can't remember his name, but he's the guy who escaped prison and Tony's like, oh man, this guy's nuts. He doesn't accept the new world order. He wants to be old school. But anyways, he got out of jail. Tony did a little something something, put him back in jail. We never heard from him again. Did he have to be there? Did he do anything special? No. So why? Why wasn't he even in the story? Who the hell are you? I'm sorry. Who the hell are you? Who the hell? The Frankie Frank Val. I don't remember. He's a singer, but why? Why? Oh, this was the romance that Carmela had. Um, this guy just showed that Carmela could fall for a smart, normal-ish man that knew what her husband was, and he was okay with it. But it could have been any other man that did that too. So I'm gonna go with meh. He was just okay. I'm trying to remember this woman. I think this woman was somebody that. Hold on. Okay, look. I really can't remember her like that. Doesn't seem too memorable to me. Could have been. I just can't remember, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put her as who are you? This guy, I think you might have been part of Christopher's thing about making a film or something. Mm, 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 mm. No idea who you are, buddy. No idea who you are, buddy. And I watched the show like 10 times. I know I can't remember the names like that, but come on, y'all. You guys telling me you remember every single face here. Maybe her out of all of this. I just can't really remember any scene. Damn it. Otherwise, who the hell are you guys? And these guys, why? Why were they even in the story? But, anyways, this guy here, no idea who he is. Boom. Another fat dude. Hey, I'm fat too. I don't know, but no idea who he is. No idea who he is. I think he was part of a different crew. I can't remember which one, but it doesn't seem too impactful to me. So, who are you? I think it was important, just not important enough. Stevie Buscemi. Steve Buscemi. I think he played. Let me see real quick. Yeah, Tony, the other Tony. He played his cousin. He played Tony's cousin. Every scene that man was in was memorable. From the time he got shot to the time he was trying to open a massage parlor thing, showing that he was trying to study, he was trying to change. But honestly, Tony corrupted him. And after he got corrupted like that, he just went downhill. Would he have gone downhill by himself? Maybe. But Tony wasn't helping. If Tony was helping, he could have made it. So for him, I think he did a great job acting. Very memorable. I'm going to put him as S tier. He did the job well. He pushed Tony around a couple times. Boy, are you fat? Was that him? Boy, are you fat? Yeah, that was funny. Come on, when he did that stuff. Yeah, I think he stole the show. He was great. Vaguely remember who this lady is. Could have been Pussy's. Oh, my bad. Dang, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. Could have been Puss's wife. I don't remember. She might have been the one in charge of that mechanic shop after Puss got. Honestly, why? Did she push the story at all? I don't remember. Richie Aprile. So when this guy got introduced, I knew that these guys can be much more violent. Like the Tony, the Paulie, the Sil. Yeah, they're dangerous. They're evil. They're killers. But when this guy got introduced, it put a different level. This guy was mean. This guy was ruthless. Even when he was happy, he was upset. He was all business, and he would kill you if you crossed him. He showed you what 100% evil man was willing to do. And he didn't care who his wife was, even if it was Janice. He was gonna slap her around. He don't care if it's his boss's sister. That's how evil, and that's how hard he thought he was. Like he thought he was tough as hell. But bam, bam, bam. Janice was not gonna let that happen. Great guy, great character. Stole the scene whenever he was acting. So, S tier. He was just that good. Just that memorable. Let me see if I can remember if there might have been I think he said a quote or something, something funny. I don't even remember if he said something funny ever. I think the most I remember I remember when he heard that Christopher was beating up on Adriana, and I think Adriana was like a cousin of his, of Richie or something. She was family though. And he told Christopher, hey, don't put your hands on Adriana unless she has a ring. Meaning, like, you gotta marry her in order to beat her up. You tell me how that makes sense, y'all. It don't. But he was just out of his mind. Oh, Carmine Senior? No, Junior. Carmine Junior. When Carmine died, he took over. Honestly, could we have done it without him? Yeah. So I know who he is. I'm gonna put him as to why. Was he needed? Mm. But he did play his cards right. I think at the end of the day, Junior, Tony, he got killed. And who else? Who else we got? Johnny Sack, he got imprisoned. And then he got cancer. Technically, Carmine Jr., after his dad died, would have been the only boss walking around. So he could have taken over a lot of territory. I remember who he is. He was part of the New York crew. Eh. Honestly, eh. Eh. Mm-hmm. I know he is. I know why. He was an underling. But Junior. I gotta think about this one. Was Junior better than S tier or A tier? Junior was funny. Junior played the boss man real well. Junior showed that he don't play with anybody. He's gonna kill, even if it's own nephew. He's gonna kill to get what he wants. He ain't no snitch. He's old school. Did he stand out when he acted in the scene? I don't think so, honestly. Stand out was like raw emotion or not really. His scenes weren't really that emotionally heavy, in my opinion. Other than that last scene that he apparently lost his mind and he had to communicate with. Had to communicate with. Hold on, yeah, hold on. Damn. Okay, hold on. He had to act like he was a little cuckoo in the head. So, honestly, I'm gonna give him, because of that, A. He's a great character. Great character. Phil Leotard, though, or Leotard, I can't remember. Phil. Great. Every time he was on the screen, he stole the scene. He demanded presence. And even how he died with a car rolling over his head, it was great. I think he was just as good as Junior. Great acting from that man. Johnny Sack, funny, man of business, ultimate negotiator. I liked how he negotiated. He was calm under pressure. He only flipped when his wife was mentioned. I thought that was funny. Great acting. I'm gonna put him as A. Awesome. Carmine Senior, honestly, it was okay. Meh. Tell me you guys disagree with me, cause I don't think you guys do. Ooh. Damn. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. Guys, help me out. Furio. Look. Funny, 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 funny. The balls he had with dancing with Carmela, trying to even think of killing Tony and just fleeing. Guy was great in every scene he was in. And fun fact, he's an artist and he sells all paintings in real life. When he first auditioned, they liked him and he put on that accent. And people thought it was real, and it wasn't. So when he was talking in normal English, they were like, "What the hell?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm faking my accent." Everybody was like, "Wow, that was kind of crazy." Great guy, funny. I think he was good. He was good at what he did. So I'm gonna go with pretty good character. Pretty good character. Enjoyable to watch. Dr. Malfay. She's a tough one. I'm gonna put her right here for now. Let me talk about it. Let's think. I might change it. So I think she was a great character. Every time she was on the screen, she grounded Tony. She never let Tony get the best of her. And even in that episode where she was great, I think it was one of the most emotional episodes too. She had the chance to tell Tony what happened to her. And you know Tony would have sent the whole Jersey crew to kill that kid. And she knew she had that power. But she stuck to her own morals. She was a true professional. She called it a day. She was the better person. In that scene where she knew what she could do but didn't, that was powerful. And she had plenty of scenes. Even the scene at the very end where she's like, "Tony, you ain't learning nothing here. We are not being productive. You gotta go. We gotta end this." It was great. From beginning to end, she was great. Gonna be S tier. S tier. He was part of Tony's crew. He killed somebody. I can't remember who it was. He was okay. Why? I know why. Because he was part of Tony's crew. You know, he had to. We even argue. I know who he is. I don't remember his name, but I know who he is. I think he killed with still somebody that made fun of Vito. So we're gonna put him in. Meh. It is what it is. This kid right here, I think he was a relative of Paulie, actually. What we're gonna do is, I think every scene he was in towards the end, it was a good scene. I'm gonna put Wiz. You're okay. I remember his acting being good. He wasn't really involved with the story like that, but he was okay. It was all right. Ooh, I can't remember his damn name, but I remember he killed himself. I remember he won an inheritance, right, from an aunt or something. Aunt. He tried to get out. He tried to bribe his way out, but he was being pulled from two directions. His boss, Tony, wasn't gonna let him change his life. He had all the money he wanted from that inheritance, but he was a rat. He was a snitch. He was an informant. So he was getting pulled by Tony and getting pulled by the law. And he felt trapped. His wife was unhappy. He couldn't do what he wanted. Why was he in the mob? Probably for money. He got money. He can't do what he wants with it. He wants to leave. He can't leave. With the cops, they're just going to arrest him. They might snitch him out. If they snitch him out, the whole crew is going to go against him. They're going to kill him. He killed himself. That scene was impactful. So, we're going to go with You're All Right. I think he was just all right. Patsy had a couple good scenes. Remember, he was a twin. His twin got shot. They never told him who it was, but he knew. He knew Tony probably was involved in it. So he's the one who peed in the pool, remember? But he showed who he really was when he had to threaten, who was it? Gloria. When he had to make a statement for Tony that if she ever contacted Tony's wife again, or family, or anybody he loves, he was going to be the last face she saw, not Tony's. And that scene showed you the level of evil he was, because we didn't get that chance. We just saw he was goofy, hoo-ha-ha. You know, he got drunk, he peed in Tony's pool, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, stone cold killer. Did he push the story? Not really. He really didn't push the story like that. So, we're going to go with meh. No, meh. We're going to go with, nah, you know what? Meh. It was okay. Don't remember who he is, so I'm going to put Wiz. Who even are you? Who even is, I don't know who that is, so who even are you? Vito. Ugh. Vito was somebody that I thought he was a good actor. I thought his scenes were good. You guys remember that he was the guy in the scene where Christopher went to the bakery and he flipped the sign from open to closed and he told the customer inside to kick rocks, come back later, and then he shot the bakery worker. So Vito, or that actor, that was his role. And later on, they gave him a call and they told him, hey, we'll get a different role for you called Vito. And he joined. Fun fact, according to him, apparently he pitched the idea of being gay and getting into that gay storyline to David Chase, the creator of The Sopranos. And he said he sparked the idea, and they liked it, and they made that episode. Having that whole, I think it was like a whole episode dedicated to Vito and how him being gay, how Tony didn't like it, some of his crew liked it, some of his crew didn't like it. And he was also responsible for killing Richie. Was it Richie, right? No, the hell? Jackie. Where is he at? Where is Jackie at? Right here. Vito killed Jackie too. But anyways, could it really have been anybody from Tony's crew to kill Jackie? Yeah. Could the storyline have been okay without his gay romance storyline? Falling in love with a firefighter who makes pancakes at a part-time job? Yeah, we could have lived without it. So, we're gonna lose. Why? Why? Janice. Janice was a rock star. Janice was a rock star. You guys know she stole every scene she was in. Just like Tony, just like the female version of Tony. Good acting. She played that naggy, crybaby, complainy, and sometimes badass of a woman. Great. So we're gonna put her as great characters. You know, and I'm thinking of the S tier. I think she didn't have that much range. You know, we saw him evil. We saw him sad. We saw him happy. We saw him taking jokes. He was great. We saw her bring another side of Tony out. We saw what a true evil gangster was him. She was all over she had a great range, and she grounded Tony throughout the whole episode. And she did a great job, but I don't think she had that much range. It was always that whiny, complainy, it's my way or the highway. So that's why she's going to be A tier. Great character. Oh, I wish the Lord would take me. Oh, you never give me anything nice. Oh. Oh, I wish the Lord would strike me down right now. Honestly, a lot of you might like Livia. I'm sorry. Annoying as hell. Annoying as hell. Livia actually, that when she came to audition, they auditioned a lot of women. But David Chase said that this actress portrayed his mother perfectly. And that's why she got hired. But damn. I hated her scenes. She played the role great, but it was the same role every scene she was in. Oh, why? Oh, that's all, man. You guys tell me I'm wrong. That's all she did. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go as meh. She was crucial to the story, proving as to why Tony was the way he was, why Janice was the way she was. But meh, she was annoying as hell. Oh snap, hold on. Jackie, Ralph. When Ralph got introduced, I thought Richie Aprile was evil. But I think I'll consider him mean and evil. This guy, Ralph, mean, evil, psychotic. He was insane. You think Richie right here would kill that prostitute like that? He has some moral standard. He was old school. So he would beat somebody up. But he wouldn't beat up a female to the point of the way Ralph did. He killed her. That was messed up. I think he played the role well. He was funny sometimes. He was serious others. He was psychotic in others. And that scene with him fighting Tony, great. So I'm going to put him as pretty good character. I think he did good. He did a good job. He wasn't just C tier. He was B at least. He was okay. I have no idea what that is. Puss. This one's hard. All right, we're gonna go right here for now, and let's talk about it. So, Puss. We'll say this. Did he have a good acting range? Did he? Did he have a good acting range? I think he did. He played the serious role here and there well. He played funny here and there. Not that much, but he was okay. And he did that scene where he's crying. Okay. Was he? Ooh, great character. Was he? Not my face. Man, this one's hard. A great character? He's not S tier. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. A great character. You know what? I'm going with great character. He did push the storyline. He was a huge conflict point for Tony. Huge. Huge for Paulie in his own way. You could tell Paulie was not that happy. He was insulted. They have plenty of history. Paulie, Sil, and Puss. They grew up together, basically. Puss showed that even if you were so close to the top, you would still switch sides and rat out whoever you needed to rat out to survive, to avoid jail. So I'm gonna give him A. Okay, so now we got the wife. I'm trying to hold on, yeah, hold on. Give me a sec, bro. Dang it. The wife of Artie Bucco, but I just can't remember her name. Charmaine. I think Charmaine could have been played by anyone. I didn't really see that much emotion from her. Did she really push the story at all? At all? Eh? Eh? Why? Or meh? Why was she even in the story? To make Carmela feel bad because she told her that he boom 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 bada bing boom boom Tony? To make Artie feel bad? Hmm? Eh? Why? Don't get me wrong. The acting she did, it was great. But was her character necessary for the show? I don't think so. I'm going with why. Why the hell did they even have her on that show? They could have given her better lines, a better involvement, but you know, she was just the wife of somebody that wasn't even a mobster. He was just a friend of Tony. So, you can't really work with too much. Now we have Artie Bucco. So Artie Bucco, I feel that Artie did do a good job at his role. When he was almost gonna shoot Tony, he's like, "You messed with me. You burned down my restaurant." He was gonna kill Tony right there. That crying scene, great. The time where he needed to collect his money, he put a little a little ring in his ear, put a nice jacket on. He couldn't do it. The time he was gonna kill himself, he was feeling all depressed. Great acting range. Great throughout the whole story. He was a good. He showed that Tony could have a friend that wasn't a friend for business. It was it was a friend outside of his mob family. How about that? Because you guys know he did a lot of business with Tony. Put it on my tab. Put it on my tab. But Tony maybe sometimes helped him too, without paying him back. You remember towards the end, he didn't want to pay him back. That's good. I think he did a great job. I think Artie did a great job in this role. Was his acting like, oh my god, I've never seen acting this good? Not really. But he did great in this role. So I'm going to put him as great character. Adriana, the hottie with the body, the one everybody had a crush on. She did her role excellent. She played the baddie when she needed to. She played the businesswoman when she needed to. She played the crybaby when she needed to. I think Adriana was great. She got involved with Tony a little bit. She had a huge plot with Christopher being his girl. We got to see the darkness, the darker side of Sil. I think she was one of the best characters in the show. Somebody who got killed too that was pretty much innocent. Yes, she knew who Christopher was. Yes, she was involved maybe in some very minor things. But did she deserve to go out the way she did? I don't think so. And did you know it was David Chase said that it was one of the few times that a main character or side character got killed off screen. They didn't want to show her getting killed. And when Sil, that actor, was grabbing her out of the car, she told him like, "Hey, just grab me and throw me on the ground," because Sil, the actor, Stevie, he felt bad doing that. But she's like, "Hey, let's get it done," and he did. She was awesome. I'm sorry, y'all might disagree, but I think she is S tier. S tier of a character. Christopher. Do I need to say anything else? S tier. You guys know what he's S tier. This is Sil's wife. And fun fact, in real life, that's also his wife. So, do we really need her in the story? Not really. So we're going to go with why. Sil, the conciliere. He was the voice of reasoning much more than Hesh was. He played his cards right. He was happy in the position that he was. He wasn't really going after Tony's position at all. He was respectful. He was all business. And I love the part where he got, a panic attack or something from being boss for a little bit. Great character. Not that much range in his acting. So, for me, honestly, he was okay. He was alright. Paulie, yeah, a fan favorite. You know it. You know he was a fan favorite. But let's be real. Was he crucial to the story? Absolutely. The whole thing was Jenny Sack, the whole thing of he was one of the few mob members that part of Tony's crew that didn't mind, swaying here and there with Johnny Sack's team and Tony's team, Um, he showed a little bit of emotion here and there with his mother and all that. It was funny when he had Tony painted as like a commander. Extremely funny. You guys know he was funny like on every scene he was in. Fun fact, when he auditioned for Junior. But David Chase said, "Hey, you're a little too young for Junior, but I'm going to create something for you." And Paulie said, "Great, but don't make me a rat." And I think he said, "Don't make me a rat." And I don't know what else, but that's what he said. Because he's been in prison before. And he was never in the mafia, but he knew people in the mafia. But he was a criminal when he was young. And he said, "Just don't make me a rat, and I'm good." And David Chase created the role of Paulie just for him. So for me, a great character. Because he also had that scene where he was trying to build Christopher up as well, while taking advantage of him. So I'm just going to go with great character. Meadow. I'm putting Meadow in pretty good character. She had great character development. I don't think the screen time made her shine, honestly. She was just a kid in the show. She became a little attorney or attorney helper towards the end. It was okay. Pretty good character. That's all I can say. AJ was the most annoying little brat ever. But in an interview with David Chase, he said he didn't understand why people hated on AJ. He said he's supposed to be an annoying little kid. He's a teenager. He's a little kid. What do you guys want from him? I thought I did a good job. That scene where he got released from prison, great scene. The emotional scene. The scene where he was trying to kill himself, great scene. Emotional scene. That's like adult level acting, man. Was he annoying for most of the show? Absolutely. Was he crucial to the story? Absolutely. More than Meadow. Tony was much more attached to AJ than he was with Meadow. So, we're going to put him as pretty good character. That's it. Nothing more. Great. Pretty good character. Carmela. She was amazing. Playing Carmela. Do you guys feel like she had a lot of range? I don't feel that she had that much range in her acting. She definitely was a major plot in the story. Her romance was the priest, or a little bit. Romance with Furio, or romance with the handyman guy. Being like the mediator with AJ and Meadow whenever they got in trouble. The whole sleeping, kicking Tony out. That was pretty impactful for Tony. And she also made him not cheat on her temporarily, but that was big for Tony as well. And she knew how evil he was, how violent he was, who he was. And she still lived a flashy, rich life. I think she was okay. She did a great job at her role. So I'm going to put her with... She a great character. Again, this isn't a list of how famous characters are. how much screen times characters got. It's just the level of character. Was it a great character? I'm gonna say it was B. She's B tier. B tier. And of course, Tony, we all know where he goes. Put him right here. S tier. So this is my list, y'all. I want you to see my list. And just see, do you agree with me? Do you think I put somebody in a position that they weren't supposed to be in? Like, let's go through this really quickly. My F tier. Why? All these characters here. Why? Why did they need to be in the story at all? Are you guys gonna disagree with me at least on the F tier? Why? Could we have lived without all of them? Probably. Who even are you? I'll say maybe she, him. Maybe. They had some role in the story. Not enough for me to remember them. Could we have lived without every single one of these people? Probably. Oh, maybe him. Maybe him. He was like, I'll switch him now to meh. I believe he was the snitch. So I guess he had a little bit of a role. But still. Oh, and he was in Tony's crew. So it showed you that Tony was corrupted. Maybe by him, and by other people. Not too sure. But still, Tell me I'm wrong. I don't think I am. Now we got to the meh characters. The characters that had, they had a role in the story. Let's not lie. They had multiple episodes maybe, but they didn't really add any flair to anything. Hesh, Meadow's friend, the maybe rat, the cop that Puss was getting hustled by. Come on, y'all. Not important. C, you're all right. All of these guys right here. Oh, and Gal. They played their scenes good. Some were funny. Like Kim when he saw Vito, But you're okay. Pretty good actors. Let's see. Pretty good characters. Great character. This showed you another side of the Sopranos family. I think she was good. Great death scene. Great couple of episodes of friendship. He was like a Artie Bucco, but he wanted a piece of that pie. Artie wanted just to make his own restaurant, his own dream. Beansy, funny, good storyline, great action scenes. Showed you how psychotic the mob could be as well. Lovely romance thing he had with Carmela. Great accent, funny. Grounded Tony. I like that she didn't follow in her father's footsteps. Was whiny at first, became more independent towards the end. Crybaby. Had a couple of good emotional scenes that moved Tony, that were very important. And that's who his character was meant to be. He was a young kid into a very young teenager. What more do you want? She calmed down. She was a little crybaby in the beginning, but look, she grew up. She went to college. She got a good job. It's okay. Great characters. I know maybe you guys might disagree with a couple here, but I think you guys would agree with all of these. Maybe you would fight me over these two, but I think they did a great job in their role. This showed you another side of Paulie. And this showed you, oh, she just had great range. She had great range. She was cuckoo in the head. She tested Tony's ability to just restrain himself. She killed herself. That was pretty impactful because Tony did not see that coming. And she was psychotic. Played it well. But are any of these S tier? I don't think so. Now we have S tier. You guys already know why. Like Tony, you guys already know why. Christopher, you already know why. I'm sorry, he was great. Dr. Melfi, you know, Adriana, come on. These are main cast people that appeared on multiple episodes. They had crying scenes or action scenes or a killing or were very involved with the main character cast. She had involvement with Tony and had involvement with Christopher. She had involvement with, they played a good role. The cousin had an involvement with Tony, Silvio. Come on, he had great scenes of somebody trying to make a better way for their life. Didn't have to just follow the mafia all his life. And I really did think that could be a different option for him. And Richie show you that how evil and uncaring the mob could be. Not like cuckoo crazy, cuckoo puff right here. But this guy commanded every scene he was in. Great. And her, the one naked girl, Levon or something, she showed you. She showed everyone. Tell me another character did that. Not even Carmela did it the way she did it. She showed you that Tony ain't all that. You can manipulate Tony. Tony doesn't always get what he wants. Tony does what she wants. Tony does it if she allows him to. Tell me who else did that. Even with Gloria right here. She was similar. But she took command of every scene. And she lost control. She was always in control. She lost control. And she got scared of Tony. And the threatening thing that he did to her. You think if Tony had sent Patsy to her with a gunpoint, she'll be like, shoot me now if you got the balls. Or I'm going to send my goons after you. Yeah? I think she's S tier level. So this is my list, guys. Hopefully you guys liked it. Leave it in the comments what you guys think should have been moved. What you guys think I have wrong. And until next time, y'all. Take it easy.